So now it's just a case of starting to stick bits on almost at random or with a bit of planning. So for example, on this bottle top, the ridges, there's a little kind of gap at certain intervals. Yeah, it looks like every 90 degrees. It would make sense to probably line that up. So what we'll do is we'll get some glue onto the edge of that. And then just line that up. It's not every 90 degrees, it's 120. That's okay. And then again I can just put some and that's going to just end up looking like welds that have rusted or leaked and whatever else, so it's all part of the weathering that'll happen later on. Just catch any little gaps there. A bit more like that. Okay, so next, kind of thought that would be good on there, I think. And that was my plan anyway, so we'll try it. So I'll need some glue. Around there. Okay. And you will get glue in your fingers at some point. Okay. And it catches pretty quick once you've added that bicarbonate soda stuff. Once that's on, kind of holds it pretty much immediately. I don't know why, but I had this piece here, I think from a razor, part of an old razor that I took apart. For some reason I just thought I wanted that on there. Exactly what this machine is, I don't know. That's the point. So I'll bring the camera up a bit. Yeah, so we'll put some glue on that and see what happens. You're kind of just making it up as you go. You don't have to worry about it too much. You know, it's meant to be science fiction, so anything goes. So we'll try that on there. Try and keep things kind of straight and level or in line. I think that helps. Yeah, that glue's pretty good. That's catching nice and quick. There we go. Close enough. I'm sort of wondering whether maybe do something with this pin at some point, something on there. Not sure yet. I'll decide later on. Right, so the rest of these things are just for detailing, really. These tank model kits they're usually full of useful bits. For creating things like that. Because this base piece is pretty good. We've got some nice flat panels and then the curved ones. The curved ones can be a bit trickier to glue things to get things to match up. But I did think that might be good on one side. The only problem with it is there's a couple of open areas, some notches on it that I'd probably like to fill, maybe with a little bit of plasticard, styrene or something. I don't know if I said before, but we'll have a look at some point of the bits box or bits boxes and the kind of stuff to keep for household plastic waste and things, stuff that might be useful. Yeah, this super glue's pretty quick. Okay, so we've got a gap at one, something like that. Just make use of this. To do something like that. And you might want a cleaner look to what you're doing, or less rusty or more rusty. So it's up to yourself how far gone you want things to look. But we will, I think I will fill in these gaps with a little bit of plastic at some point. Yeah, I'm just looking at this bit, and can I get that on here somewhere? It's a bit of a tank riveted panel, but the thing is on the back of it, and what will stop it sticking flush, are these little mould lines in it, little detail bits locating edges or whatever. So if you're careful, you can just, you don't have to do anything too risky, just light strokes with the knife like that to start taking them away. As long as you're not trying to take off too much in one go. Hopefully you don't hurt yourself. That. Sometimes if you've got decent clippers, you can actually just chop off some of the thicker bits if you need to. It's quite a good type of clipper, that one. It's got a nice flat base on it, thin blades or jaws, and you can get the worst of it like that. And maybe just tidy it up with a knife a bit. And the idea is, what we're doing is creating a bit of terrain, scatter terrain or whatever, for games, I don't know, Warhammer 40k, Necromunda, that sort of thing. Just something that looks technological, but maybe in a poor state of repair, abandoned or barely working. Okay. So with that done, see if there's a spot for it to actually go. Can't really do it on the curved surface. Possibly do it across front here, which might add a nice bit of detail. Try that. Might not want to conform to the shape. I think if we're going to do it like that, try it. See how it looks. So I might just get one half down first. Try and get one good side done. Like that. With a bit of the bicarbonate of soda just to kind of help catch it. Okay, so that's one half, and we're lining it up quite good. We've got kind of the centre rivets on the centre line of the plastic, and then if we can get the other half down, that would work. So I think just get some glue on the reverse of the panel there. And we'll see if it'll want to stay. Trying not to get too much on my fingers everywhere. Try and hold that for a second. Okay. Might look okay. That makes some nice surface detail, just having that bit there. There's a little space for something to glue in there, kind of a little control panel or something like that. So I've got this one. I'm thinking somewhere on there, just need to get rid of these pegs that are on the back side. Right. So maybe line up. Yeah, something like that's pretty good. Okay. So it's just about offering up these bits and just seeing kind of what works. And if it fits and it kind of goes there, just go with it. You know, there's no instruction sheet for this sort of stuff. Press that on. There you go. So again, just a nice little bit of corrosion or weld detail there. So that's that bit. Always nice to have like little exhausts and things, air intakes, all kind of make sense. Probably worth tidying up the plastic a little bit, especially on these kit parts before you stick them on. Right, so I think that's pretty good there. Right. Sometimes better to use a pair of tweezers or something. Get much time to move things around with the super glue. But I mean, in terms of painting and weathering later, you can already start to imagine the kind of black, sooty stuff coming out here, maybe. Just want to see if I can get these two bits here kind of flush onto the plastic. So maybe just a lump of glue like that, and something to press it down with other than your finger, because you'll get covered in glue. You can see there it's not holding. So this is where we need an accelerator. So if I can do this with one hand. And we'll brush away the excess later. Some of that stuff will come away, the extra. But we just need to get these bits stuck down. Well, and you can do as much or as little as you want. I mean, it does help if you can get quite a few bits on. You know, the more you put on, the more detail there is. I mean, you can't overdo it. You know, you want some plain flat panels here and there. But you can't really go wrong. See, that bit goes on there quite nice, that fits well. So we'll do that bit there. So a little bit of glue, and then we'll arrange the slot on it. See, that way around. That's stuck on really quick. That. And sometimes you find something that just happens to fit quite nicely, and it's usually a sign that you should just go for it. So let's go for it. We'll go for it that way, I think. It's pretty good there. Might just do a little bit of glue underneath it, maybe, just to kind of strengthen that up a bit. Okay, see, it's not really holding, because I've moved it too much. Okay. It's a little bits that come on the end of a USB connector that everyone throws away. if one of those might find a home on here somewhere. It's nice to have a bit of asymmetry as well. I think that suits this kind of thing. Not everything has to match and be perfect. Yeah, here's a nice kind of little riveted disc here. Just got to tidy it up a little bit. Yeah, that works pretty good there. Now there's a bit without a rivet, so that can go at the bottom. And that fits pretty good. And a bit of the bicarbonate of soda just to close up some of the gaps. So that works pretty good there. A little disc to use here, so I'll just take off that. And then I'll just put that up there. It can be handy to have a bit of sandpaper just for flat things, you can just kind of rub down one side of it to get it flush. There you go. That. I do have this little imperial symbol on a kind of curved bit, and that would be quite a nice little label plate thing, nameplate on there, but we need to kind of get rid of some of this ridges on the inside. It's quite tricky to do because it's curved. There's little pieces like that when you come to painting are nice to pick out in a different colour, different metal finish. So let's see if that will fit there at all. So there's a big gap on that. So I'm just going to press that down a bit on the board and see if we can get that to fit the radius a bit better. Should it go down here? Kind of feel it should go up here. Okay. So we'll try that across. There. Just try to get that eagle emblem down the middle. And then we need to press that down, and then maybe yeah, it's okay. That. Just wondering if that could go in there. Would that work in there? What I'm looking for is one of these little files with a radius on one side. I'm just wondering if I put a bit of a curve on the back side of this. It's just that it had a flat back and it's just got to go up against a curved surface, and that would do it, I think. That would do it. Get some glue in there. That takes pretty quick. That. There's this little recess here now. I'm just wondering if I can use this tiny little bit of tube that I clipped off from something else, just to kind of place it into that position. If I use my knife, I could just plop that there, I think, which would work quite well. So I'll get a dollop of glue there, and then just drop that in there, like that. This fills that little gap that was there. Might just put that on there, which I think this is a tiny little seat from like a plane or a helicopter kit or something. Just throw that on there for no good reason. I can just be on there. Okay, pretty close to being done now. terms of just sticking bits on. I think what we'll do is fill up that gap with a bit of styrene somewhere if I've got any scraps. A little triangular bit would kind of do the job, wouldn't it? Okay. Should I try and mark it? Let's see. First of all, make it a bit smaller. See, that happens to be pretty close to being the right size. That. One, and then the other one. Okay, we need a bit of an angle on this. Okay, just try and make a little bit of plastic to go over that gap. That's not far away. Okay, and then for this we can use some of the classic plastic stuff. On there. Like that. You can be pretty clumsy with this stuff, it doesn't have to be too accurate. There we go. So that just helps close up a couple of gaps. And you can kind of soften off the edges a bit just by putting some glue onto it. Kind of melts it down a little bit. That's that done. So I would say, looking at that we've got quite a lot going on now. You don't have to cover every single surface, you just need enough to give it some interest for painting and weathering, and then that's it. But the one thing that we will add next is some seams to show joins where the panels come together. So this wouldn't just be one big piece of metal, it would be made up of a few different pieces, welded or riveted together. So what we'll do is we'll maybe just indicate a seam coming down here, and then maybe one down here also, and that would just help sell it as being made of metal. And then maybe if I think about what to do with this bit, what it is, I'm not sure. It's not meant to be some sort of ground weapon, some surface to air weapon. It's meant to be something for processing something. A lot of these things that I've done for Necromunda type environments, it's about generating water from the atmosphere or from underground, or producing food of some sort. So it's not meant to be a weapon of any sort. It's going to be something for producing energy. You know, I've done things that look like they're producing energy from wind. So that's the idea of it. So whether I need to just find something that can sit up on top of that pin. Make sure you clean the tip on your super glue. So that's what we'll do next. We'll get these seams done.